Yo boys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'll be giving you a step-by-step breakdown of the cost of moving to Thailand and how I'm now able to live out here comfortably and every single month make money while living in Thailand. So I'll be telling you exactly how I do this because realistically, every man wants to be able to travel the world. Most people move to Thailand when they're 50, 60, maybe they're retired. But the goal for people watching this video, I can imagine, is to be able to travel the world, go to Thailand, Dubai, anywhere in the world and make money online when you're in your early 20s. And that is exactly what I'm doing right now. And that's exactly what I'm going to tell you guys how to do as well. Because realistically, nobody wants to be living in the UK. If you can make money online, why would you stay in the UK? When you can move to somewhere like Thailand, I've been here for 2 weeks now and the people are amazing, the culture is amazing, everybody is so happy. So it really is paradise. And if you want to move out somewhere like this, it's not as expensive as you may think. Now the first thing, and probably the most expensive thing for the entire journey, is not the accommodation, not the food, not the motorbikes, but to be honest, it probably is the flight to Thailand. That is probably the most expensive thing, and that's going to cost you about £500 for a one-way ticket from London to Thailand, about £500–600. And it's interesting because if you fly to Dubai, for example, the most expensive thing will not be the flight. It will be the cost of living, it will be renting a supercar, it will be all of these things. But in Thailand, it's the opposite. The cost of living in Thailand is so cheap. Literally the most expensive thing is my flight. And after that, living in a villa like this is still pretty cheap, and you guys can do it for a very affordable price. Now the second cost to moving to Thailand is going to be your accommodation. You can either live in somewhere like this, an amazing villa up in the mountains, or you can choose to live somewhere a bit more low-key, maybe get yourself a one-bedroom house or stay in a hotel, which is going to be much more affordable. For example, this villa that I stay in right now costs me about £2,000 per month, which in Thailand is very expensive. But realistically, if you wanted to live here on a budget, you can easily stay in Thailand in a very nice house for £350 a month, £500 a month. You don't need to be doing something like this. It's only because it's my first time here. I want to experience it to the fullest. But realistically, guys, if you're making £2,000 a month, you can easily come here and live very comfortably in Thailand and have a nice house, one-bedroom house, pay for the flights, and everything else after that is going to be super cheap. So let's say, for example, you just want to get a normal house, one-bedroom house. That's going to cost you, let's just round it up to £500 a month. For a nice house, that's going to be a very nice house as well. And in Thailand, there are two main ways which I would recommend to actually find where you're going to live. First way is to use Airbnb and then message the owner of the Airbnb directly. That's what I did, and I was able to basically get this villa for half of the price she was originally asking. And that's because I messaged her directly on WhatsApp, and I was able to negotiate down and get a very good deal. So way number one to get a good apartment or a good house in Thailand is to message the owner directly from Airbnb and negotiate a deal on WhatsApp. And that is super important to do. I've got a friend who lives next door and he didn't actually message her on WhatsApp and he just paid the whole thing. Whereas literally if he messaged her and said, can I pay this instead of paying this, he would have got a way cheaper price. So never settle for what they are asking for. In Thailand, you can always negotiate, you can always get a better deal, and that is super important, especially when it comes to moving to Thailand on a budget. You obviously want to pay the cheapest possible thing you can. So make sure, guys, that you negotiate the price down as much as you can. And now the second way to find accommodation in Thailand is to actually use Facebook Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace is surprisingly good. For some reason, the people in Thailand, the Thai locals especially, they list all of the houses on Facebook Marketplace. And it's very simple to find a house on Facebook Marketplace. Literally all you need to do is search up villa in Koh Samui, Thailand. You'll have loads of examples. And yet again, message the owner of that house on Facebook and they will give you a good deal on the house. However, the reason why I chose to book this villa on Airbnb instead of Facebook Marketplace is because on Airbnb, it seems a lot more safe. The people on Airbnb already are verified sellers. They've already got many reviews, whereas on Facebook Marketplace they might be the first time selling or renting their apartment. So you've got to be careful, but always make sure that you get a contract signed, make sure that it's all done properly, and that way when you come to Thailand you are actually going to have a house. Because I've heard stories where people put down a 50% deposit and then they come to Thailand and the house is gone, or somebody has already rented it, or something crazy like that. So make sure, guys, that if you are renting from somebody on Airbnb or Facebook Marketplace and you're messaging the owner directly, that you make sure they are verified, they've got good reviews, and that they are actually a legit person. Now the third cost of living in Thailand is going to be your transport. Transport is quite cheap, to be honest. Like I pay about £120 a month for a ped, which is quite a decent ped. I've never ridden a ped before, but having the ped here definitely helps out, because especially when you're living up in the mountains, the last thing you want is to have to walk down every day to the shops. Because I did a run this morning all the way down from here down to the bottom, and if you're doing that every day, you're going to be so tired. So make sure you get a ped. It's going to cost you about £100 a month. To be honest, we actually got reps off on our one as well. Like, we ended up paying double what we should have paid. So it will be £100 a month. Realistically, it should be about £60 a month if you get a good deal. £100 a month for transport is not bad at all. And if you don't want to ride a ped, there are other options as well. You can get taxis. You can use, I think it's called Grab. You can get a taxi here, which is quite easy to do, and it won't cost you more than maybe £2 or £3 a trip. So there are ways to go about it if you don't want to get a ped, but I would definitely recommend getting yourself a ped in Thailand. So boys, as you can see so far, living in Thailand is very, very affordable. You've got the flights, which is going to cost you about £500. You've got your accommodation, which, like I said, will cost you another £500. So let's forget the flights actually. £500 a month for accommodation, £100 a month for the ped, so now at £600. And now the food. The food is going to cost you £150 a month. If you want to eat 3 meals a day, you can do that every single day, eating out for £150 a month. So now you're at £750 a month, yeah? And that is for your accommodation, for transport, and for food. And the only thing left now is just kind of fun activities. So maybe give yourself another £250 a month for fun activities. You don't even need to do that, to be honest. Literally, you can survive here for £750 a month if you wanted to. But if you want to give yourself that extra £250 a month for fun and for like enjoyment, then that's going to take your total up to £1,000 a month. And that is quite literally all you need to do, guys, to be able to live in Thailand. £1,000 a month is not hard to do as well. If you're a sales rep, if you're a salesperson, if you're a closer, like a lot of the people in Thailand are, I've met a lot of closers, that could literally be 1 or 2 closes a month on a good enough commission scheme, on a high enough sales product, and you could be living out here in Thailand very, very easily. If you're a trader like me, that's quite literally one trade on a 100k account, 1%, and you made £1,000, and then you're living out in Thailand. Like my friend Jay literally did that yesterday. He made about 2%, and now that's covered him for the month in Thailand. It's so easy to do this, guys. All you need is a skill, and that skill, as long as that makes you £1,000 a month, which ideally you want to be making more than that, obviously. Ideally you want to be making about 10k a month, but even on £1,000 a month, you can comfortably be living out here in Thailand. You can afford food every single month. You can get a nice ped to drive around in, and you can also afford fun times and do stuff with your boys. So Thailand is amazing. I would 100% recommend coming down here if you are able to make money online. And if you're not in a position to make money online, start learning how to make money online. It's very, very simple. I learned how to trade about 1.5 years ago, and I'm now dropped out of university, and I'm now living in Thailand, and I'm going to travel the world a lot more. Probably going to go to Dubai in Christmas, in New Year's. Going to just explore, and I'm able to do this because I can make money online. So make sure at the end of the video, you either learn how to trade, or you can even send me a message on Instagram, and I will try my best to help you out and give you my tips to learning how to trade as a young entrepreneur who wants to start making some money. So boys, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and yeah,